while back I posted a video about the transit system of the Dollywood theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. While the park has its own amazing system, the surrounding area itself is a bit more tricky to navigate. I'm under no illusion that Pigeon Forge is not a tourist trap. It's fine that it is. It's still a great place to visit with a plethora of unique and chain attractions. It does seem, however, that it could use some work. The first example I encountered here was the island. It's a walkable destination akin to the lifestyle center type malls becoming commonplace throughout the US, complete with shopping, dining, amusements, and plaza entertainment. It resembles a theme park in its feel and truly is a nice place to visit once you get inside. The main public parking area, owned by the city, is an island of its own, sharing space with a large convention center to cover approximately 13 acres of blacktop, larger than the island itself. While a parking lot tram exists, it appeared that only one tram was operating the day we visited. As a result, the tram was overfilled and made frequent stops. The walk to the island bottlenecks at this bridge, and the pedestrian infrastructure feels like it could use some safety upgrades. They could certainly take a few tips from Dollywood. The parking lot and the island's main entrance both have stops for the local Pigeon Forge Trolleys, a service run by the town. We'll get more into them later, but they're likely the best bet to get around the area. To put it lightly, traffic through Pigeon Forge sucks. The main throughway, simply named Parkway, holds the majority of the attractions and dining. One could easily spend a week there and not cover everything on their list. Being so far away from major transportation, it's nearly a requirement to get to the city by car. Thus, when everyone is trying to get to a meal, attraction, or out of the city, every vehicle eventually winds up on the Parkway or a handful of other roads out of town. Travel time estimates can easily double or triple at busy times. A local friend I've spoken to noted that the traffic is often bad through the city and the surrounding areas like Gatlinburg, and it can get even worse for events or in certain seasons, such as when the changing leaf colors draw more visitors. As an example, in the fall when we visited, it took us generally 10 to 20 minutes to go not more than a mile in any direction for various points of interest. On our last day there, without leaving early, we hit miles of crawling traffic to get back to the main interstate, and every possible route had similar estimates. It was so mind-numbing. To put it in perspective for the Delaware Valley folks, I would have rather sat in Jersey Shore traffic or on 676 or the Schuylkill than the time we spent getting out of Pigeon Forge and Sevierville. Now, to combat the traffic within the city, there is an alternative as mentioned earlier, the Pigeon Forge Trolleys. There's an excellent explainer video of the system and tour of its trolley office, the main transfer point, by the channel Adventurers Out There, which I'll link below. Be sure to check out their channel for everything to know about visiting the Smoky Mountains. The trolley system provides good coverage for the area at a low price. It includes routes to Dollywood and connections to nearby Gatlinburg's trolley system. The system hours and frequencies are nothing to shake a stick at, however they run into one small problem. They inevitably run in mixed traffic. The official map even states a disclaimer that all arrival times are approximate and may be delayed considerable during high traffic times, including car shows, parades, holidays, and other special events. With all that said, what can be done to improve it? Obviously, a subway would be a huge, expensive undertaking in an area full of tourists, structures, and mountains, while a monorail would be fitting for a tourist town that would surely get pushed back and also be pretty expensive. Light rail costs might be better, but the most likely place to put it would be in the Parkway median, and that's not even a uniform width. In the same vein, any rail venture would also require new stations in an area with quite a limited amount of real estate, lest any of the acres of private and public parking be repurposed. For better or worse, Pigeon Forge is stuck with trolley buses for now. So, will anything fix it? I don't know. I'm no transit planner or urban planner, I'm just some guy who likes food in transit. But I'd suppose the first step might be, I don't know, dedicated bus lanes to start. Most of the parkway is 3 lanes in either direction anyway, and has been since the 80s. Why not convert a lane or the shoulder to bus only? Car traffic will always be there, whether it's 2 lanes or 3 lanes. Something induced demand. Sure, it might not do much, but at least the trolley buses could maybe make their stops more reliably. If that keeps up, maybe in a few decades they can talk about light rail and keep going from there. In conclusion, I get it. It's a tourist town, absolutely, just like its neighbors. People drive there by and large. I drove there. But once you're there, maybe providing options for the tourists to get around isn't such a bad thing. These towns can reduce guests' frustrations and increase the speed with which they spend money by using some of those tax dollars to make getting around a little easier. Thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing for more transit and food-related content in the Delaware Valley and a few videos about tourism in the Smokies.